Sandland, the land of sand. Storyteller! Storyteller! Hello, salute, it's Chris back with yet another storytelling session within the framework of my Sandland Fragrance channel. And last time, that was the first story I told ever on this, channel in regards to my storyteller series that I've just started it with that very first episode. I was talking about my vacation in Dubai and how I in 2007 and how I think I probably played football with Robbie Williams, and that vacation was a great time. I had a great time, very relaxing and all that. And there is another story that is linked to that vacation that happened during that week while I was actually 5 days it was that I was there back in March 2007. But before going there, there is a kind of a development before that was happening to me before this particular line of events happened to me in Dubai at the Jebel Ali Hotel, and that is that I was, believe it or not, I was a very shy child and a very shy teenager when I was in my teens, right? Teenager, obviously, that's why you call it teenager. Come on, but I always dreamt about being, somehow a star, somebody who is, probably an actor, a singer. I was in my dreams I was extroverted, and in my personality I was introverted. Okay, that's how I would put it, right? And the thing is that I was a great Elvis fan. I'm still a great Elvis fan, and if you would see, there is a big Elvis poster, just not poster, but artwork just above me here. I could probably do this for a second. That's Hey, Your Honor, there's a king. Okay, that's enough, Jimmy. And so, and I had this double LP, a live concert LP of Elvis called Aloha from Hawaii, and I would, when I was like 15, 16, 17, 18, I would still be in my room and play this CD. My room would be dark, probably 2-3 lights on, and I would grab something that looks like a microphone, and I imagined myself singing the songs from the start of the LP. It's a double LP, the entire concert, or a 1-hour concert, and I did it again and again and again and again for years. And in my empty dark room with only a few lights on, I imagined people sitting, like in Las Vegas for Elvis, people sitting at this venue at their tables and looking at me performing. Okay, that was my dream world, and I did this again and again and again and again. I did this to perfection, I think, with all the moves, all the sounds and all that. And so I'm in Dubai. How does it link to Dubai? Okay, well, in Dubai at this very vacation in March 2007, in the hotel in the Jebel Ali Golf Resort, there was, or still is, I don't know, a bar called the Plantation Bar. And I went there, when I went into the hotel, I've seen this bar, and I decided, after dinner, I would go there to have a few drinks. So I finished dinner, had a nice cigar outside in a beautiful garden, 5-star hotel, okay? Not overly fancy, not overly expensive, not the Dubai level of today, okay? But still, it was very cozy, very good service, extremely good service, okay? So I went after dinner, after the cigar, to the Plantation Bar, and where I've seen that there's some live music, okay? Live music was playing, was nice enough. There was the bar itself was the bar part, and some round tables around, okay? And a small intimate stage area where a trio would perform, a band with 3 members, okay, a trio, would perform some songs, okay, some internationally, old songs, new songs, whatever, they were very good. There were 2 girls and a guy, 2 very, very extremely attractive girls, and the guy who was playing all sorts of instruments, and even at the same time he was very, very talented, obviously. So they were playing along, you know, some soft tunes, some bar tunes, right? And I was sitting at the bar and sipping my sherry. And it was a sweet sherry because I like sweet things after the cigar. Obviously, I needed to cheer my mouth up with some sweet sherry, Spanish sherry. Okay, that's what I was sipping. Great bartender, by the way. And these guys were playing up on stage, and suddenly, in the middle of a song, the girl that was singing decided to leave the stage and mingle with the audience, okay? And not only mingle with the audience, but wherever she could at the table, she would put the microphone over to the guest that was sitting at this particular table and try to, you know, engage the person to sing along with her, or sing the refrain, or sing whatever part of the song was actually at the moment playing. Some would sing, some would not, some were shy, some were kind of trying, some were kind of false, you know, some were out of tune, and that. And so she went along. She wasn't very happy about that. Nobody could really engage. And then she came to me. I was sitting at the bar on a high stool. I always sit at the bar. And she handed me the microphone, and it was a Sting or Police song. I'm not exactly sure anymore, but it came exactly at the refrain, you know, when the main theme of the song comes, and she handed me the microphone, and I just done it, and it was really good. It really sounded very good. I was surprised myself that it was so good. So I did that, and she took back the microphone, and she turned away up back to the stage. That was the end of the song. I was at the end of the circle that she made in the audience. She asked me, without, you know, putting the microphone away from her, "Do you want to join us up on stage for a song?" And I said, "Well, if you have some Elvis, it's okay, it's fine with me, I'll do that." And that's it. She went up, finished the song, and then they continued. They did 2-3 more songs. I'm sipping my sherry, in this case red wine. Cheers, salute. And then she suddenly saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a special guest that I would like to call up on stage and introduce to you, Chris Elvis," or something like this, because, you know, she got my name when we, on the brief talk that we had, and obviously the fact that I was okay to sing if there's something Elvis. Okay, so and I was kind of expecting it, okay, because, you know, I said that I would sing something, but to hear actually me being introduced in front of all the audience and going up there and having this special attention was pumping my adrenaline levels up. Okay, so I got up, but knowing that it would be Elvis, an Elvis song that I hope that I can pick. There is enough, the range is wide enough for me to pick. I was feeling comfortable at the same time, and the reason is that this is why I started with the story, is that I was doing this over and over in my head for years, alone in my dark room in front of an imaginary audience, okay? And suddenly I found myself up there on stage in a 5-star hotel, with people sitting at round tables in front of me. It was like a closure. It was like a closure, like almost like a dream come true. But it was somehow natural as well. This is closure. Now here I am, and there's a real audience, and I'm going to sing. And I've chosen. I looked. There was a selection of songs, and I went through it quickly. I didn't have much time because she introduced me, and I said probably a few words in that. But I had to pick a song, and I picked. Luckily, I've seen "The Wonder of You." "Wonder of You" in 1970 or 71, Elvis tune. And I said, "Can we do "The Wonder of You"? Yeah. The guy behind me there was doing all the instruments. He knew everything. I mean, he knew the whole catalog. So I was lucky that I had good professional people around me. So I said, okay, let's do "The Wonder of You." And then I said, you know, obviously this Elvis talking, scenario. I said, ladies and gentlemen, the wonder of you or something. You know, I was still kind of nervous. I remember until I didn't start the song, and when I heard that he's starting the song, and I grabbed the microphone and when no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, you know, I started to sing the song, and everything fell into place. Okay, I was relieved, I was relaxed, and it kept flowing out of me. Okay, it was beautiful. It was a great feeling, and I did the song, and I got a huge round of applause, and I went off stage. And from that point onward, I was staying there for 5 nights, right? It was 5 nights. From that point onward, I was up on stage every evening. Okay, so every evening the same scenario. She would call me up on stage, and I would rather do The Wonder of You or Are You Lonesome Tonight, which I liked as well, except for the last evening, because after four nights she said, can you do something different than these, because these were my comfort zone. Okay, so I picked another song, and I think it was I Just Can't Help Believing, or I've Lost You, or one of those early 70s Elvis songs. I just can't help believing when she smiled, whatever, I don't know the words anymore, but it was a different song, and it got an even bigger applause, and then I you know, my courage grew, and I did a second song in the last night. I did Tom Jones Sex Bomb, okay, and I actually failed in the middle of the song somewhere, just to have a bit of a giggle, and then return to it and finish the song well. Okay, so I had a fantastic time, and before that performance, the last evening, I had a Scottish guy coming over to me and saying that, you're Chris, right? You're doing this Elvis stuff. I said, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I do, yes. Oh yeah, I told my wife to come because we are huge Elvis fans, and I since when are you doing this? And the moves and the voice, and wow, this is amazing. And I said, just, you know, I just do this as a hobby. I like Elvis, and I, you know, try to sing some songs and that. And he brought his wife along. They were sitting up on an elevated part of this round table scenario, and I remember looking out of them like there's some fans. Okay, it was totally it was incredible for me too. After all these years singing along and alone in my room in front of an imaginary audience, singing to nothing in reality, suddenly for 5 nights in a row, and people came with their video cameras, and one guy actually did. I was sitting at the bar, and one guy grabbed my camera at the time. This is pre-smartphone, okay, March 2007, and he made a picture of me standing up on stage with the woman, the girl that was singing. So I have a picture taken of that scenario as well, which I will post on the Sandland Facebook page, so you can actually follow the story there as well, and I link it up with the related photos, yeah, that was taken of me up on stage that evening with the girl, you know, having the microphone. I have the microphone and sing along and that. So I got the applause, I got the success, I got the huge rush of adrenaline, and every evening, believe it or not, I was sitting with after the first night I was sitting with the band. Okay, I was at the band table, okay? And there's one more thing. This girl, beautiful, gorgeous girl, if you know what I mean. They were actually Romanian. The band was Romanian. They coming from Romania, and the name was the Blue Dream Band. The Blue Dream Band. 2 girls, 1 guy. And I was sitting at their table, and there was one Arabian guy, obviously local guy from Dubai, standing at the bar nearly where I sat before, and he was standing there having a drink and just looking, and the girl, one of the singer girls that actually is being pictured with me in this photograph, said that this guy is harassing me for the last few weeks. He wants to, you know, have some more intimate engagement with me, she said, but I don't want it. And I was looking at this guy, and like, it was weird because I was you know, after the songs, I was going back to the table, and I was doing well with these with the band, and you know, I built up a good relationship with the girl, and I looked at this guy, and I didn't want him to become envious. Okay, so I remember the last song I did. I came off stage, and he was clapping, but he was clapping in a cold manner. He looked at me and he just clapped like this, and I said, well, and I thought to myself, if I get any closer, seemingly closer, because I didn't have anything to do with these girls, obviously, but seemingly closer, I will probably never leave the country. Okay, so, so as I was coming off the stage to show him that I mean, take it easy. You know, I acknowledge you. I just did something like this. You know, he clapped, and I did something like this directly toward him for him to make sure that, you know, there's no conflict here, man. I'm just singing a fucking song here, okay? So, but it was a great experience. It made my dream come true, singing in front of a live 5-star hotel audience, just like Elvis did in Las Vegas at the International, and then later on the Hilton. It was that feeling. Obviously, this was very intimate. There was, I don't know, probably 15 tables or something, not 2,000 people, okay? But it's still, to me, it was like it was 2,000 people, okay? So it was fantastic. It was a dream come true. It was a closure. And I felt well up on stage. I could sing the songs, except for the Tom Jones song that I messed up in the middle, but saved at the end, okay? And it just added to the overall great experience that I had in this very vacation in Dubai in March 2007 at the Jebel Ali Hotel and Golf Resort. So that was me becoming Elvis for 5 nights in a row. A dream come true, and a closure of the third kind. Okay. Thanks very much for your attention, and sit back, relax, and probably the moral of the story is that if you really think of something consistently, if you act it out, if it's on your mind all the time, maybe one day it will actually come true. Okay? So maybe I attracted this thing to come true one day. You know, all those years alone in my room, and then suddenly it happens. Maybe, I don't know. I'll never know. But it was fun. Take care.